Burn them bow down, Michael Dillon heat drum, but the bow wow. Oh, we're rolling.
We're rolling. I'm getting something to drink.
Dylan's getting something to drink, and I'm going to welcome you guys to another episode of Mike and Dylan Hate. Oh, there we go. He yelled it from the back. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Hate drama, where we honestly we just we give some advice. We talk about life. We talk about, I don't know, just whatever the fuck Mike gets hyper fixated on and then he regrets talking about. So welcome back, guys. Today we have some advice. We have 2 Reddit things to go about. Now, tomorrow's episode, which is the last day in the, thank you guys, we're posting 5 days a week. We'll actually be able to have advice because we're actually going to wait a good amount of days in between to record Friday's episode. So we will have that advice, and probably going forward, I think each episode will have plenty of advice that are from people, so we can actually fucking do what the podcast is supposed to do.
Well, yeah, I think one of the things is in order to complete Mike's promise of 5 in a week, we have to batch some of these. So technically, we're on podcast 3 for the day, but ultimately, it's one of those things where we're gonna be ahead of the game now, and so we'll be good. But I wanted to shout out a situation that I just ran across in the preparation of this episode specifically. 5 days ago, somebody posted about us on the Smosh Reddit.
So actually, can't shout that out. We do not condone posting about us in other people's Reddits. Like in podcasting, that's fine, or in like mutual spaces, but like on their direct podcast, I don't.
I mean, I'm not saying everybody.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I'm just saying thank you for being a listener. And I don't know whether it's a guy or a girl, but like they had just mentioned, like, hey, has anybody seen this new podcast?
That is a hella dope, super nice gesture to do, man. That is crazy. That's wild, because anybody was like, you see these guys? They're called us unapologetic.
Yeah,
that's right. Fuck you. We're giving you real advice. We're not here to obviously make everybody happy. You can suck my goddamn dick before I do that. Have you seen the last 3 episodes? Yeah, have you seen the last 3 episodes? You can suck my dick before I try to make everybody fucking happy. So our takes are going because when we started reading I did get goofy with a couple of them on TikTok. Other than that, they were like real fucking takes. Like it's like how a human would look at the situation. I'm not gonna be scared to say something. I'm not going to, if I have a take that some people would call something sexist, or if I would have, just a take that goes against like what somebody thinks is like how you should go about it. Fuck that shit. I'm giving the fucking advice, and then Dylan can kind of do all the patching things up, and let's forget about what Mike just said and give real.
Only disclaimers when he promotes violence, which is every time. But no, and I think the thing to focus on with this is like it's cool that somebody actually just saw it and was like, hey, is anybody else interested? Like, has anybody else seen this? Has anybody else like viewed this episode? So I'm not promoting, posting us in Smosh or Two Hot Takes Reddits, but like it was just cool in the search to be like, oh,
absolutely.
somebody that's watching actually
likes us that much to say, hey, people from this other subreddit, which once again
got downvoted to all hell.
To all hell, bro. Like we ain't trying to start wars, okay? Because I will smite. No, I'm just kidding. I'll fuck them up. I'm great at coming up with jokes. That is something I do like to laud myself with, okay? Sometimes I do be like playing expert when I should not be playing expert. I'll be given a take that I think is above my knowledge of the subject. I do that sometimes. I'm also man enough to say I don't have enough knowledge on something to speak on it.
You're just supposed to have opinions that are facts in your mind, and you just die on that hill.
Dylan will tell you though, I'm in the sauce. I read a fuck ton. For a dumb guy, I do be reading a lot. So I do know a lot about things.
And he doesn't stumble in his head at all. But just when he's trying to read it on a piece of paper, then the stumbles come out. But in his head, it's fluent and clear.
Well, then I have to like keep up with the words. And sometimes them words get kind of big and they're kind of hard. So it does make it quite difficult. That was a really cool gesture. We do have the other side that is going to start debuting on the...
It already has, according according to this podcast.
Yeah, so yesterday we are debuting, which you guys got the first glimpse of the other side. And this is also a place where we can kind of talk about the things that go on that show so we don't have to ramble too much, and fuck it, we can get down to, you know, doing a quick story, doing some rambling, and really keeping that concise as possible for people but here you get kind of like the background stuff.
Oh, they know if they've heard any of this week's podcasts.
Yeah. It's definitely been an experience. Tomorrow's podcast will be back to business as usual, where we have the, you know, advice and have some calculated structure, you know, especially now coming out with the voicemail too. I think that's really going to help Mike and Dylan. That's the one thing I've always wanted with Mike and Dylan, though, is it is a place where we can be free and have conversations and ramble as long as we fucking want to. But I do want a little bit of structure, because at the end of the day, I do care about someone turning on a podcast and having fun from the time that they turn it on to the time they get off of it. Am I going to say some shit that you don't like? Of course. Am I going to say some shit that goes against your way of thinking? Yes, but that's just me. I'm just going to say it. That's how I feel.
Well, and to feel at the end of it that you didn't waste your time. And I think that's even in our worst episodes, I feel like at the end of it, people don't feel like, well, what the hell did I just listen to?
I'm more concerned with the entertainment. I feel like they waste their time. I feel like, listen, bro, you could spend an hour listening to these podcasts. You could take up Magic the Gathering, learn Texas Hold'em, become a really good poker player
while you're driving.
Yeah, just turn around your life
while you're driving or at work, or like the places that everybody listens to us is not while they could have been spending time with their family. It's when they have like they want to just put on something to entertain themselves, like, and drone out whatever they're doing.
When I worked 45 minutes away in Greensboro, I used to have my phone on my knee and then have a movie on, because I'd go at 3:00 in the morning. Nobody on the roads.
Yeah, better be for watching a fucking movie.
Well, I mean, I wasn't just like staring at it driving. I was like essentially listening to it like you would a podcast. Because I'm like, I don't listen to podcasts, and then I'll turn on a YouTube video that's like 45 minutes long and listen to it. Yeah, and I was just like, oh, maybe I do like fuck with this, but it's just not something that I don't know. I heard podcasting, and then I saw all the memes on podcasting, and I formulated my opinion off the memes.
You went with the that's consensus.
I think that's how you should do it, though. You should look at the memes, laugh at them, be like, haha, every fat white guy starts a podcast. And then
I've never heard any of these before, but like the memes that you talk about.
Because I'm thinking the Salisbury and everything. I'm real.
But like in the popular zeitgeist, like I was listening to podcasts 5-6 years ago, before they became like something that people
I wish we would have got into podcasts then.
No, well, we'd be on Joe Rogan's show every like 6 months or so.
Yeah, every other day.
So how you guys been?
Yeah, we were podcasting when you started podcasting, which let us be on your podcast. And now everybody knows us from podcasting. And
we're podcasting.
Yeah. And I can say, hey, check out this Sealy Tempur-Pedic mattress, and we can make a bunch of fucking money. Come on, that is gonna be weird when we fucking really. And I got to do.
You know, I've been in those factories, right?
Have you? I worked at Leggett and Platt, where you made the mattress stuff, the stuff that went in the mattress.
The one that I worked for, we made the fabrics for mattresses. So a lot of times I'd get to deliver like sample rolls and stuff like that. So.
Isn't that destiny though? Because me and you together were making whole ass mattresses. We were making the outer
all the things together.
And you were making it pretty. And that is, I'm telling you, man, it's destiny. We have some advice right here, which is great for Mike and Dylan Hate Drama.
Came in on the Reddit post that Mike just posted, and that's so in between each one of these episodes, even though we're recording them back to back, the advice is rolling in. So thank you guys.
That's why I'm saying Friday's episode is going to be chock full of advice, which keeps us more on track. Like, we are still able to ramble and tell life stories and shit like that, but we're also able to get into the drama that everybody loves.
Was that just turned up just a little too far for you?
Yeah, I don't know why I was like,
because you turned it up the last time.
Because I'll be sitting different. Hi, Mike. You and Dylan both seem to have strong, respectful relationships with your wives.
Yeah, ask our wives about that.
Yeah, we seem. That's how you beat them. Okay, you turn on the good front that you're really good with. I just
came up with a good,
and you're able to just like. And then what's great is when she's like, she makes her TikTok video about how abusive I am. It's like, nobody believes you. He talked about how nice he was all the time.
I know that we would never be able to talk them into this, but like that would be a hilarious segment, is the other side where our wives sit down and actually tell the other side of the story for.
Right. I'm sorry. Have you guys listened to him? I'm pretty sure you should be. Yeah, she'd go in. She'd go in on me. I'm also in a relationship that started with an unplanned pregnancy. We're in our 3rd year together, and we definitely have our ups and downs. I love my partner, and he loves me, but lately our relationship has been more work than fun. He's in a master's program while I work full time, and the primary parent to our daughter while I work full time, and he primarily parent and okay. She works full time and is the primary parent to their toddler and her teenager from another relationship. Once again, this whole podcast could have been named Mike Can't Read. We're also broke, and it's hard to find time to connect. Samesies. Have you dealt with anything similar? How did you get through it? So, I tell y'all, when me and Amy got together, it was rough, bro. It was rough for a while. You said you're in year 3. So it's rough for a while, man. And it takes understanding, it takes sacrifice, but it also does take time. And especially now while you're doing like a master, or he's doing a master's, you're working full time and being the primary parent, which I don't know how that's working. I feel like the guy going to school.
Well, I mean, yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, well, it's the balance thing. And like, he's obviously.
Well, they should be helping. Like, it's, yes. It should be. There should be no primary parent. It should be teamwork, because then what this does is if one person in the couple is carrying too much of the load, it creates burnout. And that's what you don't want. Burnout. You don't want someone who's unwilling to talk, who's if you have a spouse that keeps saying this is something that's wrong, and it's not something stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something like toxic or anything like that. And it falls on deaf ears. Eventually, they just don't complain about it anymore.
Yeah.
They just live with and that's where communication dies off, and then the relationship dies off. Okay. Yeah. Look, you can go to any fucking relationship counselor in the world. I shit on them, bro. Okay. I shit on them. Which is going to be shocking in my divorce, but, you definitely have to find time. It's going to be rough right now, especially, I don't know, in a master's program. I feel like you're not spending it, like it's not a full-time job.
Well, that's like, I have never taken my master's or I don't even have my bachelor's. I have an associate's degree, but like, it's one of those things where I can't speak on that part of things. But if you're doing literally paying the bills, you're watching the kids, probably doing a lot of the cooking, cleaning, all the other stuff, like, is a master's program that intensive that, like, I mean, there's kids that do it. Like,
yeah, but everybody I've known to get their master's was also working.
I mean, my dad did it, but like,
I know a lot of teachers, and they're in school, and then they're still going to school for their masters.
Yeah.
So to go in with the knowledge that I do know people who have gotten their masters and were working at that time, to say that, they're in the master's program, that does not absolve you of being a parent.
Well, and I think that's with any relationship is like, there are going to be times, and I think your overarching point of like communication, like being intentional about, like, because you're not being bitchy and whiny if you're saying like, hey, like, you got to show up here in this relationship too, but you have to be mindful about how to say that, because I imagine a master's degree, less so than the actual time commitment, it's the stress that comes with it, because you're paying to get this education, right? Not an education, like, you're paying to do this research and all this other bullshit. I think my key to that is open communication. Like, my advice from the beginning, though, is like this whole destiny of, like, meeting the right one. The only way that person's the right one is if you guys are both like, we're in this and we're going to make it through.
You're my right one.
All it takes is one person to like fall out of that for it to fall apart.
Right.
You both have to want to see this through. Committed. And it's through open communication, being understood, being heard, and then you also hearing them and understanding what they need. But I feel like right now you're in a communication like black hole. Like, you need to communicate clearly like what you expect and how they aren't showing up for the current relationship, and how you guys move through to the next phase. Because I don't know about you, I've been with my wife for 8 years now, and there's been really good times, and then there's been really bad times, and then that's followed up by really good times and really bad times. And like, at the bad times, you're like, oh shit, is this going to make it through? Like, are we going to do this? And then you find a way to communicate and understand what the other person needs. And it's back to one of those really good times.
Yeah. Me and Amy will be in a bad period and we'll be able to look at each other and be like, man, we've not been in a good place in like 2 weeks.
Yes.
And we need to start. And usually it does come from me, like, allotting my time the way I shouldn't allot it. And then I have to, kind of like step back but it does come down to communication and, getting a master's. I've never gotten one. I assume it is very hard, seeing as everybody doesn't do it. So that's normally what gets me to be like, everybody does podcasting. So I was like, easy. So, cause everybody does it, but, you have to have the conversations. You have to, once again, work as a team. If you are coming to him saying, hey, if I'm working full time and then I get home and I got to cook, clean up after the kids, give them baths, do all this stuff, and you're just
going to school.
Yeah, going to school. I mean, there's got to be teamwork that's happening. And if, like I said, 2 people partaking in something takes the load off of someone else so they don't get burned out. So you're able to, keep continuing, keep fighting. But it all starts with conversation. And I know it sounds lame. Y'all are probably like, look, just punch them. Look, and that's if you got to wake them up, if he refuses to do it, then I say punch him.
Have you seen those videos of like the wife just absolutely smacking the dog shit out of her husband and then he wakes up out of his sleep to like find her sleeping? I'm like, that once again, if roles reversed, if you were to switch the video around and it's the guy
straight to jail, straight to jail. You go to jail now. No, let's go, brother. Like, let's go, brother. My favorite one, and obviously they're skits, but he walks up behind his wife and goes to just like slap the hell out of it, and she like ducks down and he smacks the shit out of the back of her head.
Straight to jail.
Like I said, you can. It's like watching wrestling, man. Like people who watch wrestling, they have to like. You have to take a step back away from reality to be able to accept it. That's how I still watch content, because I wouldn't be able to, because everything is goddamn.
Yeah, it's all fake.
Everything is just not real.
Well,
but yeah, talk to each other. And I'm not interrupting you. You were interrupting me because I was already talking. Okay.
You're always talking.
I am, but that's because I'm the talker. You are the
rational.
The rational.
10-second snippets.
You're the guy with the good haircut. That's. You bring them to the dance. That face brings them to the dance, okay? I say Renade.
Well, yeah, but like there's been when you like to like harp on one comment that agrees with your perspective, there's a bunch of comments that don't agree with your perspective that's like, hey, let Dylan talk for a second.
Or seeing as those are very few and far between and 99% of the comments always agree with me, we can just accept that Mike is right. That's my last name too, so it's hard to say that I am not right.
It's in your last
name. Technically, it shouldn't
be
my last name.
But one thing that I want to say, though, to just finish up this advice is you're in a chapter. Like, the master's degree will be done at some point, hopefully. And so, like, you guys have to figure out how to make it through that chapter to get to the next one. And, like, but you can't absolve him of, like, showing up in this time. He's obviously doing something. But you can't just like give them a free pass, because then that could be what your relationship is after the master's program. So like you do have to communicate and be clear on that. But it is a chapter in your lives. The master's degree will be done. What's the next chapter going to be?
My eyes are watering, man. We got a lot of pollen right now.
You're crying.
I'm not crying. God, I'm just fat. This is malicious compliance.
Yeah, it's a fun subreddit.
What is it about though?
So, like, basically, if your boss comes to you and tells you something like, hey, don't clock in early.
Oh, you take it to the extreme?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. She wrote me up for being 1 minute late, so I stopped covering her entire shift when she ghosted.
Read it.
All right.
You'll understand it.
I used to cover for my supervisor all the time. Last minute call out, staying late, sometimes full double shifts, just trying to be helpful. One morning I clock in at 9:01 instead of 9 o'clock. She wrote me up, no heads up, just straight to HR like I was some kind of problem. So the next time she didn't show up for her closing shift, which happens a lot, I just left at 5 and told the manager that was my scheduled time and went home. The place was chaos. Phone rings, customers waiting, no one to close. She called later asking why I didn't say, and I said, I figured you just wanted me to be on time. Funny thing, she hasn't asked me to cover since. That's great though. Like, what a bitch.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you're late one time after you've been like pulling some of her weight,
double shifts,
and then she wants to call you out on like 1 minute, like, because 1 minute, I'm sorry, yes, it is late, but like if you're a stellar employee all the rest of the time, no pass, no like, okay, this is acceptable. Like this one time, don't make it a habit, but like one time, and then you're already getting written up for being late. Like, yeah, no.
That's a bitch, bro. Like that is dastardly. That is dastardlier than a motherfucker.
And it's so nice that she's like, oh, I just walk out
and then just
at my
walked
time.
out, yeah, and left it in chaos. What just happens? Just doesn't show up for a closing shift. Oh.
This one's near and dear to your heart. That's why I picked this one.
My coworker wanted me to stop hogging the forklift. Aw. One joke just fucking put me in a box.
You made it way more than one time.
Yeah, because I made it that one time, and then people kept commenting. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I should make it another time. And that's where I fucked up.
This person probably knows you.
Right. I work in a warehouse and have a forklift certification. We're short-staffed, so I often hop on the forklift to move heavy pallets. One guy, Rick, who hates doing manual labor, said I was hogging the forklift and told the supervisor I was gatekeeping. The gatekeeping is just so, yeah, it's...
That and what's the other? Gaslighting. People just use that. Like, it's like, oh, this is a term?
I don't think people use the term gaslighting a lot.
I think
you're just overreacting to people using the term gaslighting.
Oh.
God. It's like a retardability, man. It's the opposite of a superhero. It's just like
you are a superhero.
To be funny, to just be like, oh God, do it right now, and God,
dance monkey.
Why couldn't I got like to be a banker or you know what I'm saying, crypto? Like make me good at something that would have made me money, bro. God, it was like he's gonna be really good at it. Oh, he's gonna make a lot. No, and he's gonna take somebody down with him.
He will be well known.
Yeah, he will be well known. He would die early.
Broke.
My supervisor said, let others do it. You don't need to do everything. All right. I parked the forklift, logged off the system, and left the keys in the designated lockbox. Just leave them in the forklift.
I've never gotten on a forklift.
And it's not there. Like, what? Bro, I'd go to the bathroom. If I walked all the way to a forklift, got on it, and was like, oh, I got to walk all the way there to the lockbox. Break time.
Imagine like that kind of company, though, that like it's under lock and key for the forklift. Like
that's not even a regulation. Like that's not even a safety regulation.
If you shouldn't be driving the forklift, don't get on the fucking forklift. But the key's going to be there so that the person that needs to use it, it's right there.
Right. There's literally no safety regulation that says don't leave the key in.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Rick's moment had arrived, except, surprise, he never actually got certified. He just assumed people would look the other way. When he tried driving away, he knocked over a pallet of cleaning supplies. OSHA got involved and he got suspended. Why did OSHA get involved? The supervisor apologized to me and reinstated me as the only person allowed on the forklift until they trained someone else. You wanted to turn, Rick. I hope the paperwork was worth it. This sounds like an Everybody Clap video.
I feel like it was like a ChatGPT or one.
Yeah,
like,
this feels like an Everybody Clap post where... Yeah. It was like, and then I'm the only one allowed. Yes. Apparently, this company only has one forklift certified individual. Which
no, honestly, the lockbox is what made me
absolutely. That's where I
assume that it was like this is probably written by a computer.
Yeah, story does not make sense. Not computing.
I thought it was a great topic because it is based on.
They could have that law in like California or somewhere, but it just all sounds like knocked over cleaning supplies. Who called OSHA? Supervisor's like, well, since you did that, I'm calling out who.
Well, yeah, like most companies that I've ever worked for, like if you fuck up, they're like, how can we sweep this under the rug?
Yeah, how can we not get OSHA involved?
Nobody died? Okay, we're not calling.
Did you call OSHA? Like, who called OSHA? You just on that, like, did somebody get hurt?
Yeah, was somebody hurt?
If that happened, still, there's ways to not get OSHA involved in that. Someone would pretty much have to die for OSHA to be like, all right, we're coming to investigate. Someone would have to, like, log complaints or something like that. So this does feel like it didn't happen. Sorry.
I just wanted to get you back in your TikTok early days feels.
This is the unapologetic. Because I'm just like, bro, it's fake. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Now I'm going to find this person. We're going to IP track them. And just like Liam Neeson.
You got a particular set of skills?
I have a particular set of skills.
You corrected me on the last one, so now I know what to say.
It might be I have a specific set of skills.
I have no idea. I haven't watched it in years, so
you get
I only watched the first one.
DMCA strike or whatever it is. I'm just going to look up what he says.
See, I'm like old school Netflix back when they used to send out DVDs. That's when I signed up, before they ever had a streaming platform. I remember when they first launched the streaming. That was epic.
And I'm going to do the whole voice because this is I don't know who you are. I can't do a Liam Neeson. No. That one's rough. I don't know what you want. If you were looking for ransom money, I can tell you I don't have, or if you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. I'm just going to do like a fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. I'd just be like, can you just give her back?
Yeah.
Why you got to take her?
I don't have any money, so like what?
I don't have money. And also, I don't have any way to get her back, bro.
And I really do love her. She's...
Hey, good luck. Just fucking Russians, man. Always taking kids. According to Liam Neeson.
According to,
America is the #1 consumer of child pornography.
Are they?
Yes. Yeah, by a lot. Pyres, man.
What is a pyre? Can you explain that and give the...
It's like a bundle of sticks that we could gather, put them all in a circle, throw some child molesters on it, and then cover it with grits.
Oh, I thought this was a song that you'd heard before, but no, that's a great little jingle. That could be the jingle.
I tried to come up with something that rhymed with circle, but there's nothing.
No.
Burkle.
Hey, Eminem.
Right, yeah. Eminem would have got it.
He would have freestyled.
He would have somehow got surgical to circle, and he'd be like, surgical.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, all right, fuck you.
No,
buddy.
You're right.
He's not even saying the words. On the other hand, neither do black people. Like, everybody uses the slang to have the rhymes fit, because honestly, how boring or how just not fitting is a rap song going to sound?
Well, and it sounds like a kid's nursery rhyme if you're like, rhyming all the words specifically with another word. But like when you get creative to make a word sound like the word that you're going to rhyme it to, like then it's creative and you're like, oh, look at that. And it's the novelty of it.
Bro,
like,
and the N-word fits everywhere too. To make a rap like flow better, fit better, if you just need a filler word, great word. White people need a word.
The ones that I feel are lazy is when that is the rhyming word, and not only did you...
Like it's blank, then that word, and then blank, then that word to like...
And like they never rhyme because they just say the word, and it's like, that's not... Like you just continued to say the same word at the end for every single line, so like...
What's a popular rap song from when we were growing up? Name one.
I mean, I am all like Tupac from back in the day, so...
I don't want to do Tupac because he was...
you want Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre?
We are obviously from different times.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do In the Club. Sorry, In the Club. And I'm gonna show you why right now rap songs must be in slang. Because I'm gonna read you the lyrics. If I was a normal person, all right? Go. What's a good way to turn shawty? Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We're going to party like it is your birthday. We are going to sip Bacardi like it is your birthday. And you know we do not give a fuck because it is not your birthday. All right? You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Look, mama, I got the X if you're into taking drugs. I am not into having sex. I am into making love. So come give me a hug if you are into getting rubbed. You can find me in the club. And it just.
What's your point that you're getting at here?
That you have to use slang or it sounds like that, and it's just like you can't do it. Even if you like tried to. When I pull up out front, you see the Mercedes Benz on dubs, huh?
I was saying the words, but.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not a fan of
50 or
In the Club.
Oh.
I liked
it was a banger.
Window Shopper, a couple songs off of Massacre. Just wasn't my thing.
But what's your point though? Like you're saying
I was just saying it doesn't sound as funny if it ain't in slang. And also white people need white people need an N-word. They need a word that they can use that just everywhere you put it. It can, because look, it's like the word fuck at this point.
Yeah.
It encompasses a lot of utility.
Yeah.
So if you use a word, I'm just kidding. If you use a word as utility, and then it can't be racist. I'm not one of those people. Yeah, fuck. We got some comments though on this when I check my phone.
On the Reddit?
No, on the podcast. Look, I'm a real time read some people's fucking. Look at this. They're
all just gonna say Mike is right, Dylan.
I did hear you say you were going to put down your daughter.
Yeah, that one's still like I don't understand it.
That keeps Dylan up at night.
Well, it's a fucked up thing to say. So like, it's one of those things where like, and I listened back to it. It definitely says DOG.
Athena. This is from Athena. She says, "Where are all the dark episodes that y'all keep mentioning? Are they wrapped into these somewhere else?"
No, they are completely.
They're dark because we never posted them. And then someone was like, "Ooh, start a Patreon." And put, we're not starting a Patreon, bro. That's.
I mean, I think it would be a good thing, but it's one of those things where it's another
place. So you need to go here, and then we got to keep track of it, and then I don't know.
I think the hard thing is like we'd rather just put it out so that people have access to it.
Yeah, I don't want to gatekeep anything behind paywall.
I understand why people do that, and like honestly, we'd be better off if we did that because
Dylan didn't catch the word I said.
Gatekeeping.
I did. Yeah.
No, I'm not the comedian, so I don't pick on those things and then have a joke for it. I think honestly, it would be great for us to have one. However, that's not really what we would like to do. Like we'd rather you just have this and not have to pay for it.
Do you know what is a free way to help out the podcast though?
Share it.
Telling your friends about it. Word of mouth.
Yes.
Just saying, hey, going to a mountaintop and screaming, Mike and Dylan hate drama. Two daddies judging bad. That is the best way because it's free. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just fucking subscribe. We are like 90 away.
99 problems.
Yeah, 90 away from hitting the follower threshold to get monetized, even though the videos are only going to make like $10 a piece.
Yeah,
still,
nothing.
Hey, it's $10. I'd suck a dick for that. Just the best thing is it's just word of mouth.
Behind a Denny's, June 15th.
Oh yeah, June 15th.
PM.
We are closing in on June 15th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Denny's in Thomasville, North Carolina. I think this has actually been a quick episode.
You're going to wrap it?
Yeah, I'm going to wrap it.
Yeah, this is a 30-minute episode.
Yeah. The next one, we'll make extra long for them. We'll make Fridays.
Well, if we have enough advice and everything for tomorrow.
I think we will. And
it's going to be a bear.
We'll give them
I guess that would be a good way to just put a cherry on top of the week and watch nobody has submitted any advice.
Then we got to it's like the 2-hour fucking Dylan and Mike struggle. Yeah, just this is struggling. So, it's crazy how silver is a color, right? Because it's not really what primary colors make that. They're making shit up now. And it's just like, what? And
you guys like rambling. Here it comes.
Remember, guys, listen, yesterday, make sure to check out Two Daddies Judging Baddies where the other side has debuted. At this point, yes, it will have debuted. I really think that's what's going to set us apart from all the other Am I the Asshole creators. And it does give Mike freedom to kind of add his little nutmeg on it. Check out the subreddit MADHD, where we I just asked a question on there today, and
give us a call, leave a
MikeandDylan.com. Yep, you can leave a voicemail or leave a
submission.
Either one, and we will see you guys next time.
Later.